Are you struggling to improve your English fluency? Do you want to speak English fluently or confidently? Hello, this is Neha and I am here to help. In this video, I'm just going to talk about how you can think in English. I know it is crucial when it comes to speaking. When it comes to speak out something in front of people, in front of group, and there are a lot of people, you are just going to initiate a conversation, and you are like what to say, I don't know. And there is something like you are just going to understand, if you cannot think in English, then how you will be able to speak out, because thinking is something that you are going to train your brain how to think, how, so that you don't have to worry before speaking, you don't have to think again and again over, that you are just going to take a lot of pauses in between, and you are like what to say, how to say, or what kind of vocabulary I have to use in this particular scenario, or something like that going to into your mind. And it's like a running, or at the time you are not going to be comfortable how to speak out or something, there are a lot of things going to happen at the time. And that's why you have to understand that thinking in English is crucial when it comes to speaking. When it comes to, like when I'm talking about thinking, it simply means consumption, that you are just going to consume something, you are just going to consume a lot of things into your mind, and after that you are just going to try to speak out whatever you are just going to input. It would be like input when it comes to consumption, and when it just come to like the consuming a lot of things again and again over on the daily basis, it simply mean that it is all about input. But when it comes to output, output simply mean that you are going to speak out something, or whatever you have learned so far, you are just going to speak out. You are just going to tell people, okay, I have learned these particular things, I'm just going to be talk about right now, or something like that going to happen. That's why you have to remember, okay, if there is a lot of things I'm just going to be consumed, but there are a lot of tips, tricks, or techniques. By following them, you can think in English. I know it seems to be like, no, I'm not going to be, how is just going to happen, how I'm just going to able to think in English. It's not like a easy task, it's not like a piece of cake. But let me tell you, if you are just going to follow those particular tips, techniques, or tricks, then you will see huge difference in your English speaking. Because if you can think in English, you can speak out effortlessly. You don't have to put a lot of efforts when it comes to speaking, because everything is prepared into your mind. Means your mind is already enough prepared to speak out whatever you want to speak at that particular time. That's why you don't have to worry. So let me tell you, first tip, that is that you have to start with words and the phrases. What does it mean by that one? Suppose if you are just going to think, I'm just going to think in English in full sentences, although it's not even going to happen at first. In the beginning you cannot do that. It's not like you are just going to able to do that. No, you cannot do that. You have to understand that if you have no idea what does it mean by that particular object around you, a lot of things just going to, and in your room, in your like in your house, a lot of things around you, if you don't know their names in English, there are a lot of objects, how you will expect from yourself that you will be able to speak, you will be able to think in English. That's why first step is think in words. Just try to knowing the name, how to say, how to pronounce this particular object or this particular word, so that you are just going to repeat those particular things into your mind, and your brain is just going to be trained there, and you don't have to worry. It's all about how you are just going to prepare your brain, how you are just going to prepare your mind, and so that when it comes to speaking, you don't have to worry, you don't have to think of what to say, how to say, or something like that. You don't have to worry about that one. That's why you have to keep in mind, just try with words and the phrases. Phrases simply mean, like suppose now you just woke up, and now you can say, oh, good morning. You can think, There's no need you are just going to speak out loud. I know there are a lot of people just going to there, and you are not going to comfortable with that one. If you speak out loud, they will be think, are you out of your mind, what are you doing, what kind of things you are saying right now, or something like that. A lot of people just going to tell you these particular things, and that's why somehow you are not going to comfortable with that one. That's why it is okay, it's okay if you are not going to speak out loud. But if you can, then it will be amazing if you are just going to speak out loud. But if it's not possible and you are like, no, I'm not comfortable with that one, there are a lot of people around me, when then how I'm just going to pronounce, how I'm just going to speak out loud with myself, and people are just going to judging me or something like that, coming into your mind right now, these kind of thoughts coming and going, then you don't have to worry. You can just think in English into your mind. No one just going to know about that one at the time. Suppose you woke up, now you can say, even you can think good morning, you can think, okay. I'm not saying that you have to speak out loud. If it is possible, you can go ahead with that one, but if it's not possible, then you are just going to think like, good morning, I woke up. Now I'm just going to putting on my slippers. You can say that. Okay. So this is these are the like particular small phrases when it comes to sentences. But first one, you have to understand the words. You are just going to understand and knowing the name of objects around you. Suppose pillow. When it comes to window, slippers, mobile, laptop, and this kind of a lot of things, you have to remember that you are just going to knowing the name of a lot of objects around you. It could be anything. Just try to do that. Okay, first one is words, second one is phrases. Phrases simply mean if you are walking, just simply think, I am walking. If you are watching something, you can say I'm watching while walking. Okay, you can say that I'm watching while walking, or these kind of simple phrases you can think. This is the first step you have to keep in mind. Second one is narration. Narration simply mean whatever you have done throughout the day, you are just going to make you understand, you are just going to narrate it. It is like a story you are telling to a lot of people. There are a lot of people, you are just going to imagine that there are a lot of people in front of you, and you are going to tell them whatever you have done throughout the day. How was your day? It's all about, it's just going to include a lot of things, everything, whatever you have done, how you are just going to meet up a lot of people, how you can do a lot of things or something like that. So you can narrate. Narration simply mean you are going to tell yourself a story, a story of your life. And even it could be like an event. If you think like, okay, there is something that happened in my past, but I'm like, I'm just going to tell myself because it was an amazing thing that happened, and that's why I'm just going to remember it again and again over, so that I could be happy or something like that. I can feel those particular emotions in the like again and again over. And if you want to do that, you can go ahead with that one. So the narration is amazing. It's an amazing technique, or the tricks, if you are just going to understand that, if you are just going to follow that one. So you can narrate your day, you can narrate any events, whatever happening in your life, and even you can narrate your feelings, whatever you are thinking right now, and how you are feeling. What it could be like, if there is something around you, you can describe those things. It could be objects, it could be people, it could be anything, whatever you are saying at that particular time. So you can narrate anything. It's not all about you have to narrate your day. It's not all about you are just going to narrate only objects. It's all about everything. So you can narrate your feelings, your thoughts, and objects around you, and the day and how it went or something like that. You can go ahead with that one, you can narrate that. Okay. And the third one is questions and answers. You can ask something. You can imagine that there is someone who are just going to ask you these questions. It could be like, okay, what I want to do right now, what kind of things I'm just going to finish, what I want to do, watch, or something like that. What I'm just going to be watch, what I'm just going to be eat, or you are just going to think like that. Just try to ask yourself in a thinking way. You are just going to ask yourself, that where I'm going, and you can answer it. You can imagine. It's even you can make it more fun by imagining like there are a lot of people who are just going to be ask you these kind of questions, and you are going to answer them. So it will become a fun, and you will see, yeah, it's just going to amazing. You can imagine those things. You are just going to be asked a lot of questions, a simple question. There's no like a difficult one. You can go ahead with the simple one, and now you can reply, you can answer. Okay, I'm doing this, I'm going there, or something like that. Just try to do that. Bye bye.